Hello, welcome to the AI Blockchain Summit in Malta. I am Jane King. With me is Brenda McKittrick, the CEO of Aeroband. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
And tell me about Aeroband.
So Aeroband is a company that's developing the first dedicated distributed ledger technology for aviation.
Okay.
The first of its kind.
Okay. And I guess this is an area of, explain to me how that would help the aerospace industry. What do you do for the airlines or for the passengers?
So one of the key sort of changes that's needed in the industry is the ability for competitors to collaborate, to offer a more sophisticated product to the customers. And what's actually happened over the last 20, 30, 40 years is there's a lot of big intermediary players who separate the airlines from their customers. So the customers receive a very sort of simple product, which is really a seat. The airlines want to be more sophisticated. They want to offer lounge access and upgrades, and they want to, get closer to their customer. But the problem is that the airline only sells its own stock. You need an intermediary to aggregate all of the airline stock. So with the likes of a blockchain or a DLT, that gives you that honest broker in the middle where what would have been competitors before now could now become collaborators in offering a new product.
Interesting. So it sounds like passengers might have a better airplane experience than they do. I mean, I'm from the US and, our planes are, it's nothing fancy.
Well, airlines have up to 160 different IT systems running, and a lot of them are double checking the same information. And a lot of them send their data to big outsourced centers in the Philippines and India, where there's thousands of people physically checking through invoices, ticketing, looking, doing sales audit. A lot of this back-end functionality is really fixing the holes that were caused by a broken system.
I see. So this will streamline the process.
Absolutely.
Will it lower ticket prices?
Well, as a first pass, I can say that the average profit in the industry in 2018 and 2019 is 3%. So the airlines only make 3% after buying the $200 million aircraft, investing in all the infrastructure.
I can't imagine the capital expenses that...
So yeah, so if we could reduce the expenses breakdown, the cost is basically 21% fuel, 21% labor, and 55% is other costs. If you can reduce those other costs by only 10%, you'll increase the profitability by 150% on average.
Do you have a projection on how much a blockchain based IT system would save the airline industry?
No, it's such a general question because some of the folks we're talking to are really interested in blockchain for cargo, for example.
Sure.
They want to track end-to-end shipments, but there's multiple carriers involved in the shipment of that. So every carrier has its own version of the truth. So where the blockchain comes in, it's a neutral, centralized ledger. Well, it's obviously decentralized by definition, but it's a centralized organization, if you like, that's autonomous, that allows, the brokering of trust between all of those players. And that's the attractiveness of that.
Now, do you have to also go through the regulatory bodies, like the FAA and other countries?
It depends, again, on the application that you're talking about. I mean, we're going to have to bump up against these folks in different countries. We're not doing cryptocurrency. We're just bringing a technical solution at this stage. But I can see in time that the transfer of value will become a very key component of this. And at that stage, it'll probably become important to work with the authorities to make sure that this is done in the right fashion. And the incumbents that are there are vital. All the stakeholders got to get behind this. It's not about wiping out individual stakeholders and replacing them. It's about getting everyone to collaborate for the mutual benefit of both the customer and the providers.
Sure. Okay, thank you so much, Brenda, for coming. Great to meet you.
Pleasure.
And thank you as well for joining us. We'll be back.